So next we're gonna have our diva, our resident diva, Sister Sloan. She's gonna come talk to us about work transitions. Sister Sloan, are you gonna be loud? And
I think I'm boisterous, so I would clear the room with the mic.
There you go.
I'm at, again, I'm there. I don't know where the diva comes from, but I accept it and wear it pretty well. Anyway, and I think I'm loud because after 32 years at LAX, listening to jets and all that noise, and I tune out what I don't want to hear. People have come asking, says, how do you stand? You know, when you pull in the airport, the white zone is for loading and unloading only. Well, standing on the curb, I didn't hear that until someone reminded me that it was going on. But anyway, that's why I'm loud and I talk a lot, so please keep your eye on the time. Like Donna, I have a script here. Sometimes I get away from it, but I'm going to try and stick to it. And I want to say to Donna and the MomsHouse staff, I want to thank you for the vision, because this is something that's needed. Knowing that there is a need before you go out into this difficult area of life and try to or forget to do some kind of preparation as to what your next step is. A little more about me. I am, like I said, retired from Alaska Airlines. I love that. I love that job. So working with the airlines and working at the airport, it just, I think it says about me that I love people. I love people. I love helping people. I love doing what I can do. And in the 32 years of working there, I have to say that I enjoyed my job. Now the sad thing is that if any of you, because it doesn't, as I loved my job, but if you had to work on a job 8 hours a day and didn't like it, that's a sad situation. So thankful, most of you in here probably already retired or getting ready to retire, and that's a good thing. I hope you loved your job, because what it does is it carries overs into the next stage of your life. Mm-hmm. If you love what you were doing, you're going to love what you're going to do next, because that's how some of the preparations that you make. I'm a mother of 5. I had 5 kids. Those 5 kids brought about 18 grandkids, and those 18 grandkids have brought about 20 great-grandkids. So it's a good thing I love people and kids. So I have a big family, and I'm grateful for that, because, you know, we take so much for granted. You don't have to, my kids didn't have to love me, my grandkids didn't have to love me, and I'm grateful for that they do, but I'm happier that now I choose to spend the time I want with them, which gives me even more joy. Someone asked me, well, what do you do for Christmas, all those kids and grandkids? Well, I don't do Christmas anymore. I just sit there and accept the gifts.
That's right.
Accept the love. And I remember and I'm just going to share this before I move on, one of the best Thanksgivings that I had, and I think I had about 12 grandkids back then, and maybe 2 or 3 great grandkids. But it came to me, what are you going to do? And then you have the nieces and the nephews, and they were all over my house. It's one of the most fun things I did, because I love to teach also. I love to teach, and I always work with children when I'm teaching. And it came to me, why don't we just have a teaching seminar here? So I had a table for the ones that could just color and scribble, and I had a table for the ones that could write notes. And then I had a table for the older ones to do whatever they thought they wanted to do. But we had balloons everywhere. So they wrote their notes, they colored their pictures, we put them inside a balloon and blew them up with helium. And after dinner, we went outside, got in a huge circle, did a prayer, and let the balloons go. And everybody, one of my granddaughters says, but it's going to go to heaven. You think God's going to get to read it? Well, we'll find out. Well, about 2 days later, her balloon burst in the backyard. She says, Granny, it's my balloon. God didn't get to read it. I said, yes, he did. He just didn't write a note on it to let you know he had it. He just sent it back. She was so excited about that, and believe me, she believed that today. Transitioning from the workplace, moving on with life. What comes next? Once you've made that decision, and then I put out in there, she has in your little packet there, a little outline. But what comes next? At what age to make a retirement transition? Well, that's an individual thing. It depends on you. I'll be 70 in October, and had I not had some little side issues, I would probably be still out at Alaska Airlines saying, may I help you? Who's next? Or problem solving, that was my biggest thing. But it depends on you, but when you make that decision, you need to know that you're ready to leave the workplace and step into a new area. And then what's gonna happen when she gets there? So you don't want to just, okay, I retired, I don't have anything to do. We'll go play bingo tomorrow. Bingo is fun. I don't do much bingo playing. I like dominoes. But you gotta have something else to do. Now, being at the airlines for 30-some years, you know I love to travel. Anybody say, well, I want to go somewhere, can I go? Can I go? I will go with you. If you say, okay, you take care of the hotel, I'll take care of the trip. Okay, let's go. And that, for me, that's fun. One of the most important things in life is that whatever you're doing, if you don't enjoy it, if you don't make it fun, you're going to get sick. And I know that from experience because I was married and my husband passed 2 years in October, and I still think about him, and when I think about him, I laugh. Everybody, ooh, every time I see Michael, because he was a funny guy. You want to surround yourself with people that's fun. You do not want to surround yourself with boring complainers. Something's always wrong. And we get sick. I get sick. I got 2 brand new knees, basically, but that don't stop me, and I don't want to bore you with my knee problem. Let's think about, well, what's in the mall? What can we do? Let's think of something to do that's going to be fun. So that's my lifestyle. That's what I do. Once I retired, the first year was a shocker. The second year, I began to wake up and like, oh, something's got to happen. And now I'm at a place where as I just move day to day, knowing that God is able to meet whatever need I have and just try and make it fun. First thing when I open my eyes, thank you, Lord, that I'm able to open my eyes. And sometimes, I grant you not, my knees get to popping, my head be hurting, but I can't give in to that, and I don't want to listen to that. So I move on, go get a cup of tea, and everything is good. What is the price is right, and let's make a deal. After that, I'm good to go. Okay, getting away from the script. So the first thing you want to do, am I ready? What does it depend on? 55, 65, 72? It depends on you. So what are some of the preparations you need to make? Okay, will I have my full Social Security benefit? Do I have a 401k? Thank God to Alaska Airlines, I had that plus pension. Okay, and what do I need to do, and how do I plan to spend that money? Because once you retire, and this happens if you have the benefits, the 401k, the pension, and you get all that lump sum money, oh man, I got money, I'm rich, I'm Miss Michelle Obama. It took me 1 year to go through that money, because not only do I know I have that money, kids know I have that money, my sisters know I have that money, the friends I didn't know I had know I have that money, and everybody have a need, and I'm so excited that I have this money to 1 year, it's all gone. And so the sisters don't even know where you live. The friends you didn't think you had, you don't have, you didn't have. So now you got to rethink all of that. So these are some things that you can prepare in your mind beforehand. I wasn't that smart at that time. So most of my lessons as cost me a great deal. I paid a big price to be this smart. So I want you, these are things that you would really, really think about. So what is the first thing that you need to do? You need to look at what it takes to continue to do the things that you like to do, the things that you love to do, and you need to factor in your utility bills, overhead to the house, how much food it's going to take you, the extra gas you're going to be driving, because now that you don't have to just go to work and spend $8 there, you're going to be all over town in these different stores. So you need to think about all these things. These are things to think about before you make that big step into the next thing. And then it says how much planning is needed. As much as you think is needed to keep and give you a peace of mind. Remember that you are entering into a new lifestyle, and you have to evaluate how you're going to live that lifestyle. Make sense? Makes sense. So then, before I close, there was a couple other things I wanted to do. It went on what's next. My A, and I think I put it in there, do you. Well, how do I do me? Well, make your life as comfortable as possible. Do the things that you want to do. Go to places you want to go. And don't let others give you a guilt complex about doing you. People, if I can't do what you want me to do, then, oh, she's so selfish. No, I'm not. I'm doing me today. And I took good that Donna always tell me, Miss Betty, you just need to say no. Because it is really hard when someone comes to me for something, for me to just say no. And I have had a habit of adjusting my day to the need of someone else. Well, guess what? No, I'm not doing that, and I don't feel guilty at all. So, do you, so that's the first thing. And B, it says, be a giver. What am I saying? When you have time to do things for other people, do it. This is, but let it be what you want to do. Like, Mom, can you keep the kids with me today? I have to do, no. I'm going to the movies. I cannot keep the kids today. And move on and not feel bad about it. See, that was something okay, give them on. So there go my whole day. Then switched around for someone else. So we have to learn. It's a learning process, people. You have to learn to do these things. So, and then C, it says, make time to have fun. Are you kidding me? Fun? All the stuff and everything else everybody else want me to do? Make time to have fun. I love to play dominoes. I like to go to movies. I love to travel. And I can remember several times my trip to Rome was canceled because my daughter was in Atlanta at the time, needed me to be there. I'm gonna say wanted me to be there. I thought it was a need, but it was something that she wanted. So guess what? I canceled my trip to Rome. I didn't go to Italy because she wanted me to be there. Right. So, but you get over it. You make mistakes. You learn from those mistakes, and then you learn to have fun. You learn to enjoy you. Be happy with you, and you can only do that once you have Christ in your life, and you are open up to Him. Everything comes into place. But you have to. It's not like, okay, I can get a judge says, Betty, come go with me tomorrow. And tomorrow I really had 2 doctor's appointments. But I need to help Jody do whatever she. There was a time I would cancel my doctor's appointments.
You still do.
It's a learning. I am learning to say no. And when you make that transition from the workplace into retirement living, you have to first learn yourself. Learn to know that there are things that other people will want you to do, but you just can't do it. And not because you're not able, it's because you don't want to. It's not on your schedule today. Make a schedule for you, stick to your schedule. Love people, I love people. I love my children. But you know what? Today, I'm gonna do me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Questions for Miss Betty? Anybody want to know how to do them? We're gonna call-
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Betty. As I told you earlier, one of our goals is to empower elders to actively age. Betty is overactively aging. She's way out there, and one important thing is that this is what keeps us alive. Okay, not doing for everybody else, but keeping ourselves engaged and active and living. One person told me at one point that seniors, those seniors, they're just taking advantage of you. They have this, they have that, they have the other, and that's really irrelevant. The point is that if you reach a senior age, hallelujah for you. Okay, you spent your life doing whatever it is you needed to do to get that age. It's quite all right for you to do you, and not feel bad about it. This is what keeps you alive. But we do have to learn how to say no, because just because you don't have a job doesn't mean you become the automatic babysitter for your 18 grandkids. Okay? That's not actually doing you, that's doing them. So this is important. It's part of active aging, and it is a learning process. Okay? Especially for us women, because we were raised to give. Okay? And sometimes we give so much there's nothing left. So let's all make a vow now. We're gonna do us.
Do us.
Do us. Okay, thank you, Miss Betty.